Hello dear friends, this is Satanick here. After a quite long break, I am back once again to discuss the solution of our daily positions. So the problem that was shared today is a two-mover by the legendary American puzzler Sam Loyd. Now the diagram is on your screens. It is white to move and mate in 2 in this position. So how do you proceed? Well, the first thing to observe is that the move knight c7 to b5 check almost looks like a mate. So this king on c5 is under check now from this rook on c8, and the squares around it, c6, d6, d5, all these squares are well guarded. So it almost looks like a checkmate, but you have to notice that black has this bishop on h1, and black can simply play bishop to c6 here and block this check, after which there is no mate in 2 anymore. So knight c7 to b5 is a promising try, but it doesn't work. Similarly, knight c3 to b5 check also looks like a mate because this king on c5 doesn't really have any escape squares. But black has this rook on h2, and black can simply capture this checking queen on c2. So there is no mate into after this as well. So going back, these two knight moves, knight c3 to b5 and knight c7 to b5, are important and you would want to play them. But before that, you have to take care of this bishop and this rook on h1 and h2. Now, how do you do that? Pause this video here and think about it. I will give you a couple of seconds before moving on. Well, after the hint that I gave you, the key should be self-suggestive. You basically want to interfere with this rook and this bishop on h1 and h2. And obviously, the move that you want to play here is rook g3, g6 to g2, a Novotny sacrifice. The threat here is both these knight moves. So now white is threatening both knight c3 to b5 checkmate and knight c7 to b5 checkmate. And black really doesn't gain anything by capturing this rook on g2. For example, if black plays rook into g2, then in this case, the bishop's line on this diagonal has been interfered. And white can simply play knight c7 to b5 checkmate here. This bishop is not available anymore to block this crucial check, and it's a mate. Similarly, black doesn't gain anything by capturing the rook with the bishop either, because in this case, the second rank has been blocked, has been interfered. So now white can simply go knight c3 to b5 and it's a checkmate. This rook is not able to capture this queen on c2 anymore. So that is what Novotny sacrifice is all about. So after rook to g2, the game ends here. Black really can't prevent mate in the next move. Well, there are a couple of more options. For example, black might try the move rook d6 check here. Checking the white king is a natural option, but in this case, white has knight to e6, and it's a mate. It's a mate with double check, so the king is under check from both this knight and the rook here. And it doesn't have any escape squares. You have to observe that this d6 square, which could have potentially given black an escape, is in this case blocked by the rook. Well, after rook to g2, black might also play the move. Black might try to free with his king. Black might try to play the move king to d4 here. But in this case, once again, we have knight to e6 and it's a checkmate. Similarly, if black plays king to d6, in that case, we have knight to e4 and that would be a checkmate. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this problem and found it instructive. I will be back with something new in the next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.